Good morning, everybody. What's going on? It is a great day to see y'all here, Optimists. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And today is so the market's dropping pretty bad. It was super choppy yesterday, and a lot of that had to do with the CPI inflation data from August. They were like, "Oh my gosh, it went up." Was there ever a doubt? I mean, come on, dude. Like, if you print money, inflation's gonna happen. It's that simple. So basically, the market was chopped out super bad yesterday. We actually ended up losing $200 after being up 50. So we were up 50 in the evaluation, then we dropped. We took like two trades that were bad in a row, and our negative ended up being like just around $200 on the day. So gonna work back out of that, but we did take a trade today, and we're up 60 in the evaluation. Let's go ahead and jump into the charts. Okay. We got our Discord channel that we're working on putting together right now. That's what you saw right there. And jumping over here the ES. So we did have this this test right here of the VWAP, which I did take a trade in the evaluation on, just for a quick pop through VWAP. VWAP was rejected, as you can see, pretty heavily. Got this sort of like U-shaped breakout pattern here. I don't know if I call it breakout pattern, but it's got this U-shaped pattern here. So we pulled down, and we kind of are hitting this, like this is looking to be support for the day right here, right around, I want to call it right there. What number is that? Like 37.30 on the day? Is that right? 37.80. Yeah, like 37.80 on the day. The visual impairment, man, sometimes it just really messes with me. But we were very clearly rejecting. We rejected the VWAP here, did this U-shaped pattern, and sold off big off that U-shape. And this went up to about 37.90. So clearly that's another area of resistance. Calling it right here. Okay, so this is basically our range that we're working within. TTM is actually continuing to stack up, but you can see we're in and out of the Bollinger Band, so we're up and down on it. So the TTM is not necessarily, how do I put it? I'm not going to take any trades that aren't already cyan. Cyan with a green dot. So I'm gonna avoid taking long trades that aren't already cyan green dot. You can see our 50 crossover our 200 moving average right before the open, about 5-7 minutes before the open, and we've pretty much been in this bearish trend since. So basically, what happened is yesterday the CPI data came out from August. Surprise, surprise! It was higher than expected. I don't know what they're expecting. Like I don't personally get it. Like, to me, like, it just seems super obvious. Like, and I just kind of like ask myself, I'm like, okay, well, if you're in this position to be able to be making economic decisions for the entire country, you may want to understand some very, very basic things about economy, which has a lot to do with supply and demand. And if you're going to increase the supply, you're going to reduce its value. And that's just basics. That's as basic as it gets. And sometimes I think that, like, obviously they got to know that. Everybody knows that. Like, that's like my kid knew that when he was like 5. So it's not a mystery. And so, if they're going to keep approving spending budgets and stuff like that, it's going to drive inflation. Did I short 3,900 yesterday? I did not, Todd. Actually, yesterday we ended up losing $200. Unfortunately, we were up like 50 or something like that, like 55, somewhere around there. We're up 60 today, but we actually ended up taking two trades that went against us at the end of the day there. But I did have your standard deviation in mind yesterday. It's just at the time that I was trading, it wasn't at that area. At least I don't remember it being at that area. So today, we're very clearly in this bearish pattern. I'm gonna pull out on the 5-minute chart and let's take a look. Yeah, that's boosh. Glad I was done trading at that time. Although that would have been a nice short, so I could see why. Yeah, right there. There's your 3,900. Right on the red one that we labeled. If you recall, we made this red price level here the other day with you, and that short off 3,900, dude. I hope you took that because that's like that's over $100. That's huge. That'd be amazing in terms of ticks. It's like 400 ticks. Yesterday we were trading. When we were trading was like right in this area. We were trading like this spot, I think. No, that was like at 11. We were trading through all that chop yesterday. Yeah, we were trading here. This zone was where we were trading yesterday. So there was all this chop, and it was like, is it going to be up? Is it going to be down? It was like just back and forth all day yesterday. And then I didn't come back and trade later in the afternoon. Getting a bounce off that area that we drew. CTM is near a cyan switch. Where are we at on our other indicators? Oh, we just got a crossover. All right, let's jump to. I'm gonna jump to the evaluation real fast. I don't know if we got 7 ticks here available. Do get a cyan switch, but the TTM's outside of the Bollinger Band. Kind of struggling a little bit right there. I do think it's going to pop up a little bit. But I'm hesitant to get into a trade right here. Just because it's having so much issue confirming. I do think it's going to pop up though. Like honestly, the entrance off that doji doesn't seem bad to me. Ooh. Rejected. Glad I didn't take it. I just felt weird about it. Like from a pattern perspective, it looks fine. Although it is a doji at the top of a mini flag. But from a pattern perspective, it seems fine. But I didn't take it really largely because it's outside of the Bollinger Band. These red dots really kind of help us predict those false breakouts. The other reason I didn't take it is that it really struggled to like break through this wick. Like if you saw, like it kept coming up and then dropping back down to the doji, and then coming up, drop back down to the doji. And to me, that looked like it was just kind of false strength. Throw in a level here. This is about where we put it on the other chart. If anybody knows how to make Tradevate do a chart, like a trend line that stretches all the way, please let me know. I suppose I could just look it up and see, but just haven't done that yet. So Todd, did you take the $3,900 short yesterday at the around the end of the day? Curious. Today is going to be today feels like it's going to be a little bit slow. It does feel safer to go short today. But there's definitely a lot of wicking up and down. It's almost as choppy as it was yesterday. Nice short fill here. Big short fill. Wow. Came all the way up. Pretty much hit a resistance zone. It was like right below it. Like one tick below it. 30 seconds left on this candle. Jumping over to our other chart just to get a different assessment. This track's dope. So that was like short fills right there. Or basically you had all these shorts right here, and then you have people covering. So that was a false break on that crossover there. And we're getting another further breakdown. Our low of the day is right around here. So we'll throw this in, this line here as our low. And we'll make this be rotes. Alright. So we got our low there. Todd, I'm curious what your standard deviation says about where we're at now. Because 3,900 doesn't seem to be applicable now after this big drop. You tell me though. You definitely got a lot more experience as far as using standard deviation. The way I'm seeing it up here at this crossover zone here. So if I had to guess, I put it at 3,800, which is like right there. So I'd put the standard deviation at 3,800. But you tell me. You definitely have a lot more experience in this area. I'm going to throw a level in here at 3,800. I should say a lot more experience in the standard deviation thing, because it's not necessarily my strat. So I'm curious what your thoughts are. My strat is much more focused on taking real short trades. Usually, my average trade time is like 9 seconds. So I'm usually in and out like immediately, and kind of build up a balance based off that. So I'm curious. Also, guys, if you guys are in your evaluation, let me know how you guys are doing. I saw Jorge left me a comment a couple days ago, told me he was up $1,000 in his evaluation. So he's halfway through. I was really happy about that for him. So if y'all are doing an evaluation, let me know. Let me know where you're at, and let's see if we can all get funded together. 3780 here. Really hesitant to go long. The chart is really kind of showing more just bearish patterns, but I'm not seeing anything that really looks good in terms of taking a trade. I'm really looking for candles that are kind of bigger, like this size here, that are coming up and like testing the VWAP, or potentially even like trend reversals. But I think we're a long way off from a trend reversal. But I don't like the movement on like towards the downside. I think that in order to really have good movement towards the downside, I really needed to be trading right in this zone here. And so where we're at, I kind of just feel like we're in need of a trend reversal. We do sort of have, like, if I was to assess this from a longer term perspective, we do kind of have an ABCD pattern forming, which would look like this. We've got the A, and then the B, and then the C, and then the D would be essentially riding back up towards the VWAP. But it doesn't look like we're there yet either. So we're kind of in this holding pattern right now, and it doesn't to me, it doesn't look tradable. Like, there's definitely trades happening, and there's definitely trade options available right here, but nothing that looks real clear for me. So, but we are currently up 59 and some change on the day from this trade here. I wish I had taken it in the mini instead of the micro, but you take the good with the bad. You take the trades in the micro and you make less profit, but you also risk less as well. Take trades in the mini, you take more profit, you risk more. So, give or take. For me, what gets me on the micro is just like, I'm taking so many contracts that it adds so much to the fees. Like, I'm taking 8 contracts of the micro, which is roughly worth, well, not roughly, it is worth $10 a tick. And it's like $10 in fees, just that alone. In fact, I can figure out exactly how much it is in fees. We took 7 ticks on that, so it's $10.66 in fees for 8 contracts. So what does that break out to? And that's round trip. So let's see. H divided by 10.66. I think I did it backwards. $1.33 per contract round trip. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, so it's $1.33 round trip per contract. And the mini is like the mini is a lot more than that. It's $4.36, but you make so much more per contract per tick. So it doesn't really matter. Just checking in with y'all's. Hey, what's up, Pond? Great to see you. Hope I'm doing good. I am doing well, actually. Doing the 100K static. Nice, Jorge. Hey, man, I didn't even know you were chilling here. So far, you're up. Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm proud of you. Let's give a hand to Jorge here. I mean, I'm grateful, dude, that you're doing well in this. I really, truly am. It's not an easy thing, man. So I know how challenging it is. And so, the fact that you're making profit at it, and whatever strategy you're using is working for you, I'm really happy about that. By the way, guys, we're gonna have a Discord group launching tomorrow. So we've got the basics of it kind of put together. We've got the skeleton of it put together. I'm just trying to add in a few little features before we start having people join up. And inside that group, we'll be able to talk about strategies. We'll be able to talk, like, Todd's got this dope standard deviation strategy, where he's essentially identifying these price targets and then shorting off those levels, or going long off those levels. So, definitely, like, it'll be a great place for us to be able to connect. Dude, get that nap in, man. I totally understand. Up since 3:30, dude. Dude, I do the exact same thing, man. So I get up at 3:30. I get up at, between 3 and 3:30 because I'm in the Pacific Northwest, and I get my kid up at that time, who is like a teenager, and my wife, and we all go to the gym at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then we're at the gym for like an hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever. And then I come back here, I shower, and then I just come straight to trades. And I'm doing like stock stuffs and some futures in the morning. And then I do the stream at 7:30. So it's just like back to back to back to back. By the time it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm like done. But for whatever reason, I'm like wired. I can't sleep. Not till like 11. Then I'm like, all right, I gotta take a nap. I'm sorry you're not feeling well today, man. Dog not doing good today. Stomach. Is your dog not doing well today? Apologize, man. All right, so we are getting a breakdown towards that. We're heading towards our low. So our low is actually down here at 37.66 or so. And this area right in here was the area that we identified as support. And then also this area here is kind of our bottom of the day. Now, technically we have a low that's lower. And that's because it was made during the probably during the pre-market. It was made at 6:18, so right before the open. Sir, that's actually 6:18 p.m. So this was last night. So this is our low last night. So it looks like we kind of ripped off that from last night, and then here's our open right here, 6:30. So continuing to break down, I would want to see some sort of like trend pattern or like potentially a bounce off of this area here or off of the low. But not seeing that many trades. I mean, like there's trades here, but it's too small of a range, in my opinion. I want to see more of like a range where it's like where I'm getting in maybe like right here on this candle, like right there, then taking the scalp up that way. And we are just focused on scalping when it comes to the futures. Unless it's something where we're seeing like the opportunity of a trend reversal and we can get like 10 to 12 ticks out of it, which I still might consider to be a scalp, but 12 ticks is $3 in the ES, so it's a reasonable amount of ticks. Okay, so we did just enter into the Bollinger Band, got a green dot on the TTM. I do think we're a ways off, but we're kind of hitting this, if you see here, kind of hitting this horizontal line. We're hitting the horizontal line. We're hitting the drawing that I'm currently doing. We're bouncing off of this level from earlier where we hit this low area. So we're kind of bouncing in that zone. Dog is having a rough day, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Ate something that didn't agree with her. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope that your furry friend is in good shape. I hope that she didn't agree with her. I hope she starts feeling better. I really genuinely do. Just take care of her, man, and they're part of the family, so you gotta love them as such. But I appreciate you showing up here, Pawn. I really, really do. A lot, actually. So doing good health. Let's jump back into the charts. I'm going to jump over to the TOS charts for a second. And just see what we got going on here. So we drew in that red line there as our attempt at standard deviation. Um, Todd's kind of our resident expert there, but we threw in this line here as our attempt at standard deviation. Um, I need to do more research on that, so I'm not going to speak on it as if I know what I'm talking about. This is just my assessment here, my stab at it with very little prior knowledge. I learned once, like 2 years ago, and I learned it in like a few YouTube videos, and then never really used it in my trading strategy because it was different than the way that I normally trade. So I kind of just used it, kept it at the back of my mind. Um, but I threw it right here, and so what I'm looking for is a bounce off that level, and then a run up towards probably right here. I think it's 37.85 level, maybe even 37.80. So what the heck? Let's take a in the sim as a feeler trade. Let's take a 15 tick trade, kind of a swing in the in there, and try to get in like right here. All right, so we're long. We're going for 15 ticks, which if it works out, be worth close to a G, 937.50. TTM, it's getting green dots, but we're definitely in the red zone on the TTM, and we're breaking down below that area. How far down is this? Now, let's actually drop this to the original zone and then move back here. Okay, so we actually dropped 15 ticks. Should have shorted the other way. And we dropped below that level right there. So we actually might be even coming down to test the lows of the day, which the lows are down at 37.66.75. Yeah, it's looking like that. So our little experiment did not work out well, but that's why we did it in the sim. With the sim, I kind of play around from time to time, and I'll take trades that are a little ridiculous. So, and I do that occasionally in the sim. I'm not always trying to make profit in the sim. Sometimes I'm just trying to test theory, and that's one thing I really like about the sim itself. So, it is getting some support there, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll actually pop here. Where did I join the bid? I joined at 37.73. So I joined like right here. It actually looks like it's going to continue downward. But I don't know. It's getting some support, and it's within the Bollinger Band, so it looks like it could pop, but not before it might potentially test the low of the day, which was at 37.66. Might get a bounce off that low. I'll probably cut this trade here on the in the sim. Isn't that crazy? Like a few ticks, it just brings it back up to $500 from 1,000. Cuts your loss in half. Okay, so so that low experiment didn't work out, but it does look like it's actually getting support here. So, and that's just me taking some swings, trying to do some tests. So that's really what it is. Yeah, please do, man. I love and appreciate you, Bob. All right. Just haven't seen much in the way of my own setup. which tells me, like, that communicates to me a couple of things. One of the things that communicates to me is that I think I needed a few more strategies. With stocks, like, I have probably 3 to 4 strategies that I can use to be able to trade in just about any market. I don't short stocks though. I only go long in stocks, so so it's a little bit different in that regard. So futures gives me the option to play with more strategies. It's looking decent for a short. Coming up on top of the hour. Just past top of the hour. I need to fix my clock. I get a different clock in the room that I tend to look at. It's like off camera. And I got to fix it because it's like saying it's like 8:01. It's 8:03. It's like continue momentum to the downside. Still, this is so awesome, dude. I'm happy for you, man. We could have been shorting through these levels, but we're not. And really, the reason why we're not just has to do with just we're basically hitting the low right now, the low of the day. So, and my fear was essentially that we would come down to like this level and then bounce off this level here. And so I didn't want to go short because I didn't want to go short right here and have it just bounce right back on me. So right now we're hitting the lows of the day. We haven't made a new low yet, but we might. I really like this track. It's a good one. Oh, this one's already on our playlist. Well past the Bollinger Band. Taking a feeler trade there for a move back toward the upside off of lows. I do get that set at 15. I don't know if I want that much on it. Tried to flatten out there much earlier. Hit the flat button, but it took a while for it to fill. Dropped like 3 more ticks, but we still made like 375 on that one. We were up at like 562. That's where I was trying to get out. Also, if y'all chilling, feel free to like and subscribe. That stuff really does help the channel grow. We've got some deviation now happening off the 35 on the 26. I wonder if this area is going to act as a little bit of resistance, but I kind of am thinking that we're going to see a bit of a trend reversal here now. Putting this at 8 ticks, take kind of a smaller trade. And right now we're trading the sim. I'll switch back to the evaluation if I see something that looks really good. But I'm trying to just kind of refine my scalping strat for these like bounces off of lows, and also to test some different trade styles. So that's really kind of what I'm doing. That's why I'm trading the sim at the moment. We'll switch back to the evaluation probably here in a few minutes. Especially if we get a bounce off this low. and start trending back upward. So we just took 8 ticks just now. One, two, three. Pretty large wicks on these ones. TTM went from 6.8 to 6.3 to 5.5. 5.5 is our current one. Now 5.6. There's 20 seconds left in this candle, though, so we could see another pop up before this candle's done. And there it is. All right, it's looking pretty decent now for a trend reversal. I don't know, but let me rephrase this. I want to be very clear with what I say. I don't really necessarily think a trend reversal, but a potential like move back up towards the volume weighted average price. I would be looking at this 50 here as resistance, this green line. But I want to see a cyan switch happen on the TTM. So we went from 5.3 was where that candle ended, and our current one is 4.1. Now we may run into resistance off this 35. I'm switching over to the evaluation, see if there's a op here. Oops, I ended up moving this drawing. It's not what I wanted to do. Now where did that thing go? This drawing was supposed to be right here. Okay. Kind of missed that move just because of that weird little thing. All right, so we got this 1 minute pullback. That's what we want to see. And we're looking for another move to the upside. We got a fresh candle started. This is 50 seconds. So now we're essentially looking for a pullback. We'll be looking at this 35 as support and resistance. Right now it is resistance. Ugh. Join the bid there. Looking for 7 ticks up. 7 ticks might be a little ambitious. I should have got it in while it was red on the pullback. Because I thought it was going to pull back a little bit more first. So I think I was a little overzealous on that trade. Done $100 in this trade currently. Just getting an assessment here. Ooh, that's a big pullback. I don't like that. I was definitely overzealous on that trade. Want to see more buyers come in. 10 seconds left on this candle. Probably need to cut this. 4 seconds. Gotta cut that.
Order filled.
Took a big L on that. That's really my fault. I mean, I got overzealous on this trade, and frankly, the move was actually here. So bad move there on my part. It's a good thing we were trading in the micro. But now we got ground to make up. Down 191 on the day. We were up 60. May go ahead and shut it down there. And we'll come back tomorrow. Definitely like very bearish move today. If y'all are trying to earn funding in the futures market, be sure to check out Elite Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding is a very great program. I love these guys. Great customer service. And use promo code JSBEST in the link in the description and get 25% off for life right now. I have the one that I personally I think is one of the best values out there is a 50K evaluation. It's you get 25% off this, but you get to take 8 contracts of the minis and 80 micros with a profit target of only 3,000. I've done the math on every single one of these, and the 50K actually is the least amount of work in terms of actual trades in order to get to your profit target. So feel free to do the math yourself. But this is the one that I personally found is one of the least amount of work involved. I'm personally doing the 100K static evaluation myself, which allows me to take 2 minis and 20 micros. So yeah, but be sure to check that out, guys, and also make sure you join our email mailing list. If you guys want to get some updates from me, updates that I sometimes don't share anywhere else, feel free to do that. Join that email list. We're trying to grow our email list right now, and that'll help us stay in contact with you guys and communicate certain changes in the market, as well as things like our Discord server drop, which is happening tomorrow. Yeah, you guys will have an opportunity to join that as well. Our Discord server will be free. Of course, I know there's some paid servers out there, but ours will be free. And it's just a place for us to communicate, talk about strategies, and talk about what's working, what's not working, and what we're doing in order to earn funding, everything like that. But so you guys know, I do a lot more than just futures trading. I also focus on digital entrepreneurship and marketing and personal development and stuff like that. So I have a lot of other interests and a lot of other things, and our optimistic futures Discord server group will be focused on the wide variety of that type of stuff. I did 10 contracts this morning, 4.5K on the ES. Wow. You did 4.5K on the ES, man? Like you made 4.5K today? You're trying another prop firm? Like a different one? Or which one were you using currently? Just curious. I really should have recognized that 50 would have acted as resistance there, by the way. Getting another bounce off this low area. On Top Step 150K Combine, first day opening short to support. Nice, man. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, if you want to check out another prop firm, Elite Trader Funding, super dope. I've been really happy with their customer service and their options that are available. You can actually earn funding all the way up to 300K with them. And if you use the promo code JSBEST and the link in the description, you'll actually get 25% off for life. So they have a lot of options available. The promo code works on everything except for the fast track evaluations, just because these are already so cheap. These are like essentially they give you 2 weeks to trade. These ones have a minimum and a maximum trade time, but you can get funded 250K for $150. These ones are really cool. And then I think that this 50K evaluation is by far, in my opinion, one of the best deals in the market, because even though at the base price it's the same as Top Step, there's a max drawdown and it's only 2,000, but if you look at the way the details are designed, it's not an end of day drawdown. That's what these plans are. These are more akin to what Top Step would be. These are essentially, you get this $2,000 drawdown, and once you get over 2K, it just kind of flatlines, and you can just build up from there, which I think is really cool. It's a really interesting way of doing their plans. So, but yeah, link in the description for that stuff. Looks like we're getting another pop off those lows. TTM is just outside the Bollinger. That's also like at like 0.6. Like it's like super close. Whoops. We did just make a new low. Kind of bouncing off that. Mm-hmm. 30 seconds left on the scandal. Continuing to sell off. Wow. Thought we might see like a little pop there. Basically, we had one good trade and one bad trade. We really didn't take that many trades today. Our bad trade, unfortunately, was worse than our good trade, which is what you don't want to see. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and shut it down. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, Optimus. And tomorrow we'll be doing that Discord drop. I look forward to seeing you guys in the Discord group, and which will be dropping tomorrow. And yeah, I love and appreciate you guys. And check out all the links in the description, and get some free stocks through Webull if you want. That's available to you as well. It's the last link in the description. You get 6 free stocks right now. This is just crazy. So you'll automatically be green once you sign up. And it helps the channel grow as well. Also, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, join the email list, and if you're trying to earn funding in the futures market, check out Elite Trader Funding. Use the promo code JSBEST for 25% off for life. And that's it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. I love and appreciate you guys. The CPI data and all that type of stuff that is affecting the market so consistently to the downside right now, is making quite a choppy market, and so we may want to look at, I myself may want to look at some other strategies that may allow me to kind of ride the volatility down. Todd has a pretty nice one where he's talking about standard deviation. We may look into that and see if we can just kind of just deep dive into that and see how we can apply it to our own selves. So, all right, guys, game plan for the rest of the day. I may continue to trade off cam, but game plan for the day is just I'm going to be real careful and cautious because of how volatile everything's been so far. So funny overall, there are good trades most times, just one a day. Yeah. So actually, that was my strategy in stocks for like years. So just one trade a day, and I think that like that honestly would be more applicable to me in futures if I took a little bit more to heart. I think for futures, I think I overtrade with futures as opposed to like stocks. I have a cash account with stocks, so I can only trade X amount of times per day, and with stocks, what I started doing is I started just like piling in shares to a particular stock for that day, and then taking that one trade, usually a momentum trade on that day, and it worked out quite well for me. So maybe I need to apply the same strategy to futures, because it's very consistent. Like my first trade of the day, it's almost always a win, just about every single time. So it's something that's, I just need to be more, I think, in tune with. So, but yeah, love and appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, 10:30 a.m. market time, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Peace.